So today, what I want to go over is first I want to go over the Gfay book, how you can click it from the ground, and that it takes you to TT now instead of Burning Woods. So I'm bound at fire pots. I'm gonna start there. The other stuff that I'm gonna go over today is leveling as a cleric. I went solo from level 1 to 51 on this character. So I want to go over some of that experience, faction, and how to get some nice little ways that you can get some faction and how you can correct it if you mess up some stuff. So a lot of people when they zone in from the GFA um, area from fire pots, they'll run over to this. I'll just show you guys and click on the lift to get this to go up. And then the book is straight across here in this room. So you can click on this door and then click on the book to go to TT. But there's a way that you can get to it from the ground. So I'll show you that real quick. So when you port in, uh, starts you around this area, you can turn and look and see where that is. And then the book is in this room here. You can just go below this area and look up and then click on it. Oh, let me not click on my character. So I don't know if you guys saw where I clicked, but you can slow down the video and figure out where my mouse was that last click. So you can get to that book from the ground. So it takes you to the TT EJ zone line. You can make a quick run to Seb along this wall. So now that I've shown you that, I want to go back to fire pots and I'm going to show you first a quick little way to get faction for Paineel on the Quarm server. So there's a couple different ways that you can get Paineel faction. One is to kill the Erudite guards, but it'll mess up your faction pretty bad. So there's two guards here. This one paths around. There's a guard here, here. One on this side that comes down to this area. One on this side that comes down to this area. These guys will help you level your faction for Paineel like real quick, but it ruins your Erudite faction real quick too. So this guard will come path down to around this area. Then there's a guard here and one that paths this way up to the stairs where that guy is. So if you go around killing those, you can get your Paineel faction up real quick. And then I'll show you another method that people can do at low levels, if you're not KOS to guards right out front here, what you can do is if you have so, you can do this with so. If you don't have so, you can also do it by strafing, but you want to be careful of monsters like this shaman is if you aggro them, they're going to start casting spells on you, and if they're going to kill you, it's not going to be a good technique for you. But basically what you can do is right here is a 2 spawn, right here is a 3 spawn. And there's tons of like wandering uh kobolds around the area. Uh it looks like not very many are up right now, but there are like placeholders are the scarabs and the spiders and the snakes in this area too. But you can go around and just like get one hidden, and I'll have like 2 following me now. So it's a real pain if you're super low, because you might not be able to kill them very fast, but with so it's a lot easier. These guys at the 2 spawn and the 3 spawn, I think they're a minute spawn. So if you're within like level 2 to 4, you can camp them for experience. But if you're not, then what you can do is just hit both of them and drag them over here, and you get the faction when the guards kill them. So when I don't know, I think my character was I think I was just using it to fix my faction. I'd gather up something like 10 or 12 of them and run them to the guards real quick, and then run back out and get 10 or 12 and do it again. It's really this or that, right? You either run around and do that, or you just stay and kill each one of them at their spawns. I see a lot of people at the 3 spawn just sit there for hours attacking those. I think was just bored, and that's why I was running them to guards. But it's another thing that you can do, right? So once you get your faction up, you can come over to I think it's kindly to be able to get the key. Um, you run over to Paineel, and when you go in and to the left of the giant pit, like you're going to go to the hole, there's a guy that you can say keys to, Keyz, and he'll give you a key, and that will take you down the Paineel into the actual city of Paineel, and I'll show you that as we run there. And then I want to talk about fixing faction for Paineel. We're going to go over some other things about some connected factions that may be helpful too. Like there's a townsfolk faction. I can't remember what the full faction name is, but we'll we'll go over getting that faction because we're in an area that has a teleporter to take me to fix that. So we're coming up on Paineel now. The nice thing about Paineel on this server is all the monsters, all the guards that you will be killing, they're all on 20-minute timers on Project Quarm. So this is the guy that you're going to say keys to, Keyz, and he'll give you this bone crafted key. One of the things about this bone crafted key is that it's not player bound. So if you die, it's going to stay on your corpse if you have it on you. And if you die down here, you know, and your corpse is down there, you'll either you can't go back to that keys guy because it's a lore item, right? I can't remember if that's how can't remember if that's how lore items work on this server. I think it is. It's been a long time since I've died with a lore item on me. So there's usually a guard right here under this torch and a guard here. Somebody's probably killing all the guards. There's a guard right here. Go down. And there's 2 guards right here. There's a guard right here and right here. And one right there. Then you go through this portal. There's a guard that usually stands there, here, and one that paths this way and around that back. And there's 2 guards right here by the graveyard. And when you're pulling these, you have to be careful because this guy will social. These guards do social themselves, so you have to be careful about that. And they're different level ranges, right? So there's a guard right here, and 2 right here, and this is the highest level 1 in the whole zone. On P99, he wrecks pretty hard, so on here, he's not too bad. There's usually a guard right there. These 2 guards here on the left, and there's 2 on the right, they will get you slowly, up to 51. Because these are the second highest, guards in the zone. So there's 2 on the left, 2 on the right. 1 will spawn right here. He's lower level than these guys are. And of that same level group, there's the one that was out here by the teleporter. That guy is also the same spawn group, I guess, as far as like level goes. Then the ones that are there's like a spawn right here in the corner and a spawn right here. And a spawn here and here. Those guys are, let's see, my monk is 17 or 18 now, and they're dark blue to him, so they're probably around like level 15 maybe. So they're the lower level ones in this zone, these guys. So that's where all of the guards are that you'll be killing down here. You can level, I don't know, until you're the guard ranges will get you until like probably I would say maybe low 30s. And then from mid 30s to 40, you're going to have to level someplace else. And I think I went to Kazakh Thule for that. And then you can come back and do those high guards on the left and right there that I was showing you. But it's a good thing I kept my key, because the one guard that usually you can get a key from and get up and out of here is down right now because that guy was killing them. So you can also use the keys term, Keyz, on the guard that's here on the left. I can't remember if I um, tried it on this one. So we'll get back out of here. Someone has told me before that you can use the keys term from up here if you can somehow target them. Maybe like use a pet or an eye to target them if they're up, but I haven't tried it. Now what I want to do is go back through the teleporter and show you the Townsfolk faction that'll help you um, get these items. So right now on the server, this is the best, longest lasting drink that you can get. So I want to go over a nice way to get your faction up. If I did it on my Ixar, um, because he couldn't talk to the guy that sells them, so I had to fix his faction. And on this server, you can do feign death turn-ins if your faction is okay. So like some quests require like amiable for feign death turn-ins, or sorry, not feign death, for like turn-ins, and you wouldn't be able to do that because faction when feigned is just indifferent. So you have to be careful when you're trying to do feign death turn-ins because you have to know what faction you have to get the credit for it. So, but anyhow, I'm going to show you how to get the faction for this drink. We're going to go to the pot here to take me to Kanos. And that's going to be right from the Druid portal. If you've watched my previous videos about the 1-minute skeleton spawns, if you just follow the water from the Druid portal over, you see this little house here. And there's a book that takes you to, or not a book, but a urn that takes you to the sewers. And I got used to doing this without the map, but having the uh, Quarm tools map or having the Zeal map is real great here. The way that I always take is this route down here. So I go out and go into the water right away. And this will take us out by the guy that we're going to do the quest turn in for. Pretty sure that I have to buy some brandy, so I'll go to the bar real quick and grab them. Now that I left Paineel, I'm just going to destroy this key so that I don't leave it on a corpse someplace and ruin my day. So we just got out of the water and swam up to the ramp by the dock and then came over to the right, the furthest right that you can go on here. There's a archway, and when you come through the archway, you can see there's a baked goods section where you can get food. You can buy muffins if you want to on this guy, which is something that we're going to do in the future for some faction. And then from the bar, we need to get some brandy. See if I can afford to. Yeah, I'm not going to sell my paradox. So then coming out, we're gonna go back. I don't think he's in this house. I think he's in this one, the quest guy. Yeah, should be in here. So this guy, Captain Ronald, Ron Rohand. He wants brandy for faction. So you can I don't think that you can give him stacks of brandy. I think you have to give him individually. We'll see if I get to experience messages on this or not. Um, sorry, I'm just fixing my triggers. So he'll give you Coalition of the Tradesfolk. That faction you want to get up so that you can buy these Fuzzle drinks. Okay. And I guess I didn't have my timers on, so he must have given me, yeah, he gave me 2. So I'm pretty sure that you can do it individuals turned into him, not stacks of 20, right? So just make sure you test it before you go putting full stacks in on him, because it doesn't work for all quests on the server. So once you get your Coalition of Tradesfolk faction up on your, say, not aligned character, you can buy these fuzzle cutters. We're gonna gate, and I'm gonna show you where you can fix your Paineel faction and how to do it. It's a quite a process. But we're gonna go to Freeport. Oh, and I wanna quickly show how you can make fish rolls too. If you're not KOS to these vendors right here from your zone in, they sell fresh fish, so you can buy one of those. And then if you go, instead of running all the way to East Commonlands to buy like bat wings and stuff, if you're not KOS to there's a wizard kind of area over here. You run in and you go to where this is the pottery area, and then you go to the academy, and if you're not KOS to the academy people, you can port up here, and around this corner, the first person here, Liza, she sells paradots, which is great for my cleric, and she sells bat wings. So for the fish cakes, the bat wings and the uh, those fish from that vendor, right when you zone in, are. I missed my jump. Are how you make your fish cakes. So we'll go back to this little pile of dirt on the corner. Take this angle. And then the what is it called? The thing where you can bake some food is right before the zone line to East Freeport. You go through this little hole here. You can buy invisible potions here at the herb and medicine place. And then you can bake your food right here in the oven. So that's how you get the best longest lasting meal in the game now, so you don't have to continually buy like iron rations or stuff like that. So we're gonna go out to show you where you can buy the fuzzle cutters, and then I'm gonna buy some supplies out in East Common Lands and show you how we can fix our faction for Paineel. And it's really a horrible process. It takes a long time, so I wouldn't recommend um, hurting your faction. But if you want to go the quick route and kill those guards, there is a way to fix it. So this little gnome right here is the one that sells these fuzzle cutters. Right here. So he wouldn't sell to my necro, and I was tired of buying water, so I did the faction. The Coalition Tradesfolk faction. It's really super fast when you know that you can just turn in a bunch of brandy to that guy. Get your faction up. So, two things that you need to get to raise your faction is one, you have to first make sure that your faction is good with. There's an elf in town that I'll show you. We'll figure it out when we get there. And to do that, you need muffins. And the second thing that you're going to need is a bunch of small lanterns. So we'll buy a couple small lanterns, and we'll buy a couple. Maybe we'll buy a stack of these. Can I buy a whole stack? No, I don't. Oh, did I? I did have enough. Okay, good. So I know for the muffin guy, you can trade a whole uh, stack to get your faction for that guy. Um, I don't know. I can't recall which other ones you can trade in full stacks. I think for skins and salts for your Charduk faction, I think you can do full stacks, but don't quote me on that. I don't remember for sure. Oops, went the wrong way. No, I didn't. I went the right way. It's fine. So in this, in here, the hog collars, there are a dwarf and an elf up these stairs. So the first person that we want to talk to is this guy. He's the muffin man. So you can trade in all your muffins to that guy. This is just if your faction is not good with, I think it's one of these Tunair, soldiers of Tunair, maybe, which is what Gile Windshot is a part of. You can look online. look him up to see what factions he is, but you have to be, you know, probably my guess is indifferent to him to do the turn in for this because I could do it feign death as my necro. So you just want to turn in your small lanterns one at a time to get these wooden shards. Sometimes you'll get the heart, and that's we don't want the heart. So you can keep it in your inventory and it'll block it if you are gonna get more so that you don't have to like constantly destroy those. But what we're looking for are these wooden shards. And these are one Paineel faction each. Or sorry, not Paineel, Erudite faction each when we do the turn in. So just the Muffin Man if you're not KOS, or sorry, if you're not KOS to him, but um, he won't do the faction turn in, so do muffins to him. If you have Feign Death, you can do Feign Death muffin turn in for him to fix whatever faction he's associated with. Feign Death turn in for the wooden shards, and then I'm just gonna gate back to Erudin. Jump down. There it is. Find that pot. Run through town. You know, if these guys don't like you, obviously you have to be invis when you're doing this. The person to turn into is pretty close to the Erudin zone line. So after you're done doing your turn-ins to him, you can figure out what your faction is real quick. The guy that you're gonna do the turn-ins is right in here. It's this guy, ML. You're gonna wanna do these one at a time too. So he gives you High Guard of Erudin, Council, and Merchants. Uh, so if you barely broke your faction with the guys, but you want to just be able to run through Erudin with no problem, do that trick. It's a little bit of traveling, buying a whole bunch of small lanterns, doing those turn-ins, bringing all those wood shards here and turning into him. Then you can just click out and check your faction there. So um not very fun. I had to do it on the cleric because I think I just wanted to sell in town or because I wanted to buy something and I didn't want to jump over to another character or I was just bored. I can't I can't remember what I did. But that's how you can fix your Erudin faction if you break it. That's it for today. I know it's a long, rambling video, but we went over a couple factions to get fuzzle cutters, a quick way to make your fish rolls, and how to fix your Erudite faction if you killed the guards so that you could XP in Paineel. That's it for today. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the video. Talk to you later.